So I'm so glad for those ahas.
Yeah. Anybody else want to share?
For me, in bullet points, I'm a former global market research analyst for Prudential Financial. I'm the author of the African American Financial Experience Study, and in my last year, I made the company $6 billion, $60 million in bottom line profit. At that point in time, I then asked them for $175,000 for my church. We were going on a mission trip to Africa. They declined it and would not give me the money. I had just made them $6 billion.
No, they didn't.
This is a true story.
Oh my God.
They gave me $30,000, a full ride to Wharton, a double promotion, and they placed me on the CEO track. I then went to Africa. I went to Kenya with my church. While I was there, I met a little boy in a Wharton t-shirt. That was his only clothing. Every single day for 3 weeks, I had to look at a little boy, a little 3-year-old with a Wharton t-shirt on. And my aha moment was, for a while, I didn't want to see the little boy. I was like, it was a lot. And then I realized the aha was that the problem was with me, that I needed to quit my job to create equal access to financial literacy everywhere. And when I got back, that's what I did. And that was 8 years ago.
Wow.
Wow. Love it. I love that. So leading into our next question, for women that feel stuck or at a standstill in their career and are waiting for it to really take off, what are 5 habits or mental hacks that you've incorporated into your life that change the way you do business? Yeah.
I would definitely start looking at what you're thinking about. So your thoughts create your reality. So being aware of what those thoughts are and what you can do to release them and replace them with better thoughts. So the practice of meditation, I definitely encourage everybody that the practice of meditation, I swear by it. I promise you, you even feel rejuvenated by using meditation. So definitely meditation, being aware of your thoughts, surrounding yourselves by people that hold a high vibration and that you feel good with, going around or being in places where you feel elevated, you feel good about yourself, and giving back from a place of love and compassion, because as you give to others, you also become elevated and feel better and promote wellness for yourself. And it's a very organic way of doing it, so just being nice sometimes is enough for you to promote goodness and wellness for yourself.
I was reading something actually, or listening, I don't know if anyone listens to like Gary Vee, or there was another guy that I was listening to, I can't remember his name, but he said something about creating abundance, and that we do things in our life to create abundance, and many times this has to do with the purchase of something or holding something in our hands. And what he said really stuck with me, because he said, you need to embody abundance, and then abundance will move through you. And we need to kind of rechannel the way we look at life and just be that feeling of like that morning of coffee, when you get your coffee and you're like, wow, this is the best thing ever. And it's like a $5, well, in New York, it's a $9 cup of coffee. You have to be that when you see your kids, or you see someone that you haven't seen in a while, and it makes you feel amazing to reconnect with them. You gotta walk with that in your life every single day. And people will magnetize to you, right? Like we did. We all magnetized. There was like something, and we go, and it's like, you're stuck. You're in my orbit now. As all of you guys are. So thank you guys for that. So next question, can you share a little bit about one of the greatest obstacles for you in your line of work or industry, and how you've chosen to overcome them? G, I would love for you to answer that.
Just finding, great people to work with, even if they're not in my team, like different type of agents or factories that I engage through work. Finding the right people to work with was the hardest thing, because it takes experience to really realize who works the best with me. Also who's willing to really help and truly there for me. But it took some time, but I think I can overcome, and now we have like a lot of great people that we work with.
I feel like fashion's really difficult too, because like there's not a book that says, okay, this is the best seamstress, this is the best, and many times in that world, you are going through word of mouth, and someone else is connecting you, and you never know who is the best person. It's not like there's no Angie's List for the fashion industry.
Yeah, and also it's very subjective too. Like,
Right.
this pattern maker will work for that person, but it wouldn't for me. you know?
Right.
So
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Wow. So there's actually should we mention Melissa?
Yes, let's
There's
mention
this really cool platform now for the fashion industry. She's amazing too, and it's a database for the fashion world. So they're global and they connect people, everyday people like us, with designers, seamstress, tailors, people, sourcers, whatever you need in fashion. So fashion mingle, and they're like they're kind of like the white pages. For
Yeah, they
fashion
really
industry. Yeah, which is pretty cool.
Huge, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. So,
I did want to share something with that question.
Oh, please, yeah, please.
Can you just ask that question again?
Of course.
Because it came in that love.
Yes. Can you share a little bit about one of the greatest obstacles in your line of work or industry and how you've chosen to overcome them?
Okay, so when I was starting my business, I had opportunities to partner with somebody, and then I had opportunities to not partner with somebody, right? And when you don't have, like, okay, I was like, okay, I don't have huge finances here to start my own business. How am I going to start? But the way I overcame that was actually through my mindset. I didn't come from a poverty mindset. I came from anything is possible. And I just put it out there. I prayed to Jesus every day. I meditated. And I would do like vision boards. I would just put it out there. And I'm telling you, there is power. There is power in what you put out. Because, there's a powerful scripture, and I go by this. It says, you are what you think. And really, that is true. Like, whatever you have in your thoughts, if you're working from a poverty mindset, that is what you put out. If you're working from a giving mindset where you're giving to people, you're just giving free, you're not expecting anything, that comes back to you. And so I think the way I overcame that is I'm not going to think from lack. I'm going to think from abundance. I'm going to think from everything is accessible. It really is. Like, I think we limit ourselves. And I decided not to limit myself.
Now that's part of fear, right? It's
Yes,
like the fear.
can paralyze you.
Yeah, of what if I can't make this happen, or what if I mess this up?
Yeah,
What
and you think of the worst things because you're like, oh my God, I'm really doing this. Like,
Yeah.
I'm really starting my own business. I didn't think I was an entrepreneur. I didn't think I was made that way. I just wanted to make the big checks, have a 401k, have my, medical stuff, have my weekly check, but I'm not made that way. And I'm so glad that I did what I did. I had to take the leap of faith and not allow fear, because fear was there.
Right.
But I had to overcome fear with what I really wanted in life.
Yeah, I think, like you said, fear can be paralyzing, and many of the times when we do things, maybe it's an extreme circumstance that makes us be fearless. But if we chose to be fearless in our everyday lives, with or without those situations that push us to that ledge, then we can accomplish so much more. And women do that more than men. That's a thing. That's a real statement, because women, we undervalue ourselves in a lot of ways. We're always. I read bios all the time. Not today because there's too many of you and that would take too long. But when I read the bios, I love them more and more as time goes on, because I see more and more women in their bios telling me about who they are. And we don't realize that is the value in us. It's not just our job title. It is that you are a mother, you're a sister, you have these passions and these interests and these unbelievable talents that maybe 90% of people that don't know. But if more people knew that about you, we would connect in so many different levels that we aren't connecting on, because we're going like, well, who do you work for? I don't need to know you. Especially in New York, because it's like, everyone's in a rush. Like, I need to know if you're worth my time. But the thing is, we're undervaluing ourselves by doing that, because there's so much that we can learn by actually knowing these layers. Like, you are a Wall Street girl, right?
I was a fashion PR girl.
Yes.
And then, I was in corporate. Yeah.
Corporate. And you did family therapy. You still do family therapy. There's so many different, layers and past lives that we've all had that add value to all of our relationships.
Yeah.
So,
Can I add something to what Dee just said?
yeah.
So when Dee brings up our thoughts, I want you all to realize that the thoughts that you have also create the language that you use.
Yeah.
And what you say is also what impacts the environment and the energy that you are projecting. So it's not just that we had a thought, a minuscule thought, and then, oh yeah, I don't need to think that way. No, it impacts everything because it impacts your communication, it impacts the people around you, it impacts how people see you. So if you want to be seen as abundant and strong and fearless, you've got to be calm. It's what Jacqueline was saying earlier. You've got to be that first. And it is a thought, it is what you're saying, and it is the energy. Because energy is everything, and we can't dismiss that energy is important. The colors that we wear mean something. What we project, what we put out, what we believe in, all of that impacts our energy. And so I wanted to add that because our thoughts are that powerful and that impactful in what we want to create is our life and what it is that we want to fulfill.
True. All right. So what do you ladies think is the number one false advertisement or belief about your industry or a particular line of work from a client consumer perspective and that you would like to change?
It's overpriced. It's not overpriced. Because we mark it out based on what we spend and all the shipping and but it looks a lot more expensive when you compare it to stores like Zara and other things. But because they mass produce and they also take advantage of different workers in different countries. But if you don't go through that, it does cost a lot, and you don't mass produce
The margin is different. Yeah.
So it's not when things are $1,500. It's not like our margin is $1,200.
Right.
Like the margin is always the same percentage, but it's just a matter of are you mass producing or are you making it for a country and taking advantage of different workers. So it's not just bubbly overpriced things.
That's true. That's good to know. Yeah, because I feel like a lot of us would think that. Anyone else?
For me, so we do financial literacy. Everybody kind of thinks it does not apply to them. So if you are not as well versed in financial literacy, you think, oh, that's a complicated subject. I need baby steps. I can't go there. If you do have a little bit of money, you think, oh, my finances are together. What could you possibly teach me? What could I possibly improve on? And everybody can always be a little bit thinner and a little bit richer. So it boggles my mind personally, but yeah, everybody can use financial literacy.
That's cool. That's good. Oh my god. Yeah, that's good. I gotta use that. Sorry. So Women of Wall Street has a focus of bringing our stories to the forefront while encouraging vulnerability, authentic connections, and increasing the get real factor for women in relationship to relationship building. We're a place for no ego and a space for unification for high-performing women. In short, why do you feel it is so important for women at impact levels to come together and be a strong support system? Man, I feel like you're at.
Okay, I got another story.
Yeah, go for it.
Love story.